Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So I would like to introduce Dr. Hany Elbanna, who's giving us a talk today about our role as Muslim women during the current trials and tribulations of the Ummah. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Dr. Hany Elbanna. He is the co-founder of Islamic Relief, the largest Western-based international organization of Muslim aid and development. He set the Islamic Relief up in 1984 in this very masjid that we're in Dar al-Talab, the Muslim student house. And he was inspired to do so when he was on a medical conference in Sudan and he saw the horrific images from Ethiopia at the time, and he felt compelled to do something about this himself. And from then on came Islamic Relief. His background is in medicine, so he studied medicine in Al-Azhar University in 1976, went on to do a diploma in Islamic studies, and then came to the UK at the time, also worked at City Hospital, then did a doctorate in fetal medicine at the University of Birmingham. But then during all of this, he co-founded Islamic Relief to aid our brothers and sisters, and this was all because he felt a sense of responsibility towards the suffering of others, especially those from the Muslim Ummah. And today, inshallah, he will inspire many of us to do something about the current situation, whether it is in Gaza, in Sudan, in the many suffering parts of our Ummah. And I'll just hand over to him to start, inshallah.
Right. Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu ala Rasulullah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, boss. Alhamdulillah wa sallallahu ala Rasulullah. Very happy, very privileged to be with you today. And this takes me back 40 years ago when we started Islamic Relief with no office, no budget, no volunteers, all young men and women at the secondary school and university level, from Yemeni background, from Pakistani background, from Bengali background, from Arab background, and from Indian background. This is a start. You can do better than that. If you believe that you can do something, if you believe that you have the ability and the belief to make a change, if you believe that you are connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with the community, if you believe in that, you can do miracles. Great things not only achieved by money or by resources. The most resourceful individual, the most resourceful thing is you as individual. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put all the intellect in you, if you discover it, you'll be be better than the Sahaba of the Prophet ﷺ or the Hawariyin of Musa and Isa alayhim salam. If we dig deep down in our hearts, minds and the soul, if we don't dig, we'll be following others. And this is what's happening nowadays. We keep crying because we have not discovered our talent. We keep weeping and screaming because we have not done enough to educate our children and our neighborhood and our family about what's what and what to do and how to do it. This is clear? Alright, let me ask you one thing which you start to answer me. What is the most noble mission on earth? Yes, any answer? If you cannot answer, you can fail, no problem. Dear sister. Motherhood. She killed me. You are right. Motherhood. This is where the beginning of humanity, the beginning of community, the beginning of society, the beginning of nations, the beginning of countries, the beginning of civilization and renaissance, through the focal point, which is the mother inside the family. Second quiz, you succeeded. You can give her a box of chocolate, but you pay for it. I eat with her with no cost. All right? Second question is, who is the woman?
The female?
Eh? Female? Thank you. Thank you, sister. Who is the woman who is a mother who have not been married and have no children? Who is the woman who is a mother and have not been married and have no children? Yes, sister. Huh? Maryam, you failed.
The girl, the little girl, your baby girl.
You baby girl, you close. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? It is, yes.
Is it the mother of Isa alayhi salam?
No. She had a baby. You see, mother of Isa. Yes.
Aisha?
She had no baby, but she was married.
How alayhi salam?
Eh?
How alayhi salam?
She was married and had babies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
And you are her daughter. You know that you came from there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes? Yes? It is every woman is born a mother with the nature of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in her, not in the man. You say it again? Every girl have been born a mother, even if she did not marry or she is not having any babies. The nature, the fitra is there. For you, don't let anyone through education or through media or through deviation of values, moral values, to take you away from your motherhood. Even if we are not married or we have no children, you be a mother to your little brothers and sisters, because this is a nature. You be a mother to your mother, to look after her. You be a mother to your father, to look after him. You become a mother to the neighborhood, to everyone in the community. That's why Allah put all these characteristic criteria inside each and every one of you. They deviated us through education, through drama, through movies, through singing, through dancing, through telling us as young women, you should be independent. Of course, when you lead a family. The most important unit at any society is the family. Without a family, you have no community. You have no society. You have no nation. You have no people. You have no civilization, and you have no renaissance. The cornerstone of life is the family. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Eve for Adam. Eve was a female and Adam was a male, and both of them complementing the function of one another. So don't let education to deviate you from the nature that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put in you. Don't worry about marriage. Enough. Don't worry about children. But you have the criteria. You have the specification of being the mother of the nation. Ummahat al-Mu'mineen were not men. Were Ummahat al-Mu'mineen. Some of them were not having children. Isn't it? Not all of them have children. But we call them Ummahat al-Mu'mineen. Lady Mary was called Isa, الإله, المسيحيين. Is that right? Called and others. So really, we have been deviated as women from our main role. I'm not like to say job. Role in life. Our role is to bring the society together, to stand up together with others, because you are different to me. You can be the loving person or the beloved person in the family, in the community, in the society. So you have to discover our nature first so we can play our role. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Yes.
I'm not worried about marriage. I'm not worried about children. Children are in the hand of Allah. Marriage is rizq. But nature and fitra and role is in you and me and everyone else. I cannot play the role of the mother. I will definitely fail miserably on my neck, and I can break my neck and my back. It's not my role. So let us go and adapt ourselves to the role that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. When we look at how the Prophet ﷺ was so keen to empower women and to talk about women who are mothers by nature in 5 or 6 points. First of all, at Hajjat al-Wada', the last sermon, أوصيكم بالنساء خيرا, please look after the female, look after the woman, and be good to them. The last thing he said, he never forgot any one of us here, was talking about each and every one of us. أوصيكم بالنساء خيرا. The second one, the best of happiness and joy come from someone who is a good woman, the good wife, the pious wife. المرأة الصالحة. Be this one. That's what the Prophet ﷺ said. For all of us, if we have a mar'a salihah or a good woman in the society will be good. If not, the society will be bad. When you have 3 children, you need to have another one. 3 girls. Actually, this could be a protector for you from hellfire if you raise them up the best way. He said daughters. He did not say boys. Even when we choose our wife or our husband, we choose the one with the deen and we choose the man with the deen. Both of them. The choice is us, not forcing on us. Forcing on us. Looking after your mother. Ummak, the advice was when the Prophet ﷺ was asked by somebody, he said he to give advice to the mother, then to the mother, then to the mother, then to the father. Look after the mother, the mother, the mother, the mother, then the father. This is how the Prophet ﷺ was highlighting the character of the woman and the mother at the same time. Sometime Prophet ﷺ, as mentioned in the hadith, said that the woman has been created from a twisted or a bent rib, isn't it? They're on ours. And some ulama explain about it, yes, this is in her behavior, in her suluk. This could be, listen to him, but it's really, it is a protector, not just deviation. Not just deviation of the manner. It's the protection of what? Of the heart and the lungs. The most precious organs in the body. Is the doctor? Here there's the heart and the lungs. That's why she is making this, protecting them. These two. So when somebody tells you, you are awja, said, no, I'm a protector. I'm a supporter. I am the source of love and caring and compassion for my family, for my community, and for my society. This is how we start actually to understand our role. If we don't understand our role, we cannot function. If we don't understand what Allah has given us, we cannot produce anything. We have to realize that we have a role in life and our intellect is inside us and we need to discover it. To be different to the people around us and to be leading to everyone around us. This is the beginning. Am I clear?
Yes.
So by nature, each one in this room, whether married or not married, whether having children or not children, she is a mother by nature. Play the role of the mother of the community, the mother of the society, the mother of the nation, the mother of everybody, the mother of your father and your sister and your brothers and your family and your neighborhood and your friends. Now, let us go to the practical side of it. Practical side of it, because I need to ask you a question. I'm not here to just give you a story about what we have been achieving. But I want each and every one of us in this room to say, what can I do? I was asked by one colleague, he was from Istanbul, and he rang me. And he told me, I would like to do charity work. Come and help me, because of my connection. I said to him, what is your profession? He said, I'm a journalist. He said, I'm a media man. I said, okay, fine. If you move to the charity, nobody knows you. You have no experience. You have no knowledge. You're still learning. Nobody will listen to you. And sometimes when you come to charity organization to do the volunteer work for them, they keep asking questions. Because of what? Because of the counter-extremism, counter-terrorism, counter-radicalism, and. But do what you are good at. He has 20 years of experience in journalism. Why should you go to the relief or charity? Why don't you produce a journalist, a media man? You can, if you teach the young people what to do, because you have 20 years of experience. So each one of you has an experience. You have to share your experience with others. And you have to be very confident, actually, that you can do this. And when I talk to you, when we started, the man in front of you had no idea whatsoever of charity work. No idea whatsoever of charity work, or the word humanitarian work, or the word developmental work, or the word advocacy. Nothing. Flat tires. But we learned through meeting the challenges, facing the challenges, and sometimes failing. And I failed quite a few times. Nobody on earth is always successful without failing. Keep trying, and keep trying, and keep trying. Don't let the news to bring you down. During the Iraq War, the first one, in 1991, 1992, and 1991, CNN came out. And even George Bush, the father, was saying, oh, I knew about the news of the war from CNN, fooling us. That's right? You still remember? You do not remember him? The father. It was two people, myself and a colleague of mine. I failed my doctor of medicine. Of course, I always fail. No, seriously, I was no. Why you should know? Sister, how do you know it's no?
I said, oh.
Not no.
You said you always fail. You can't always fail. Well, you didn't. That's not true. You didn't always fail. You succeeded in something, right?
But I failed to succeed and succeed to fail. And to fail is like a Pakistani name.
Oh, to fail.
To fail or to fail, whatever you say.
It's an Arabic.
Huh?
Also Arabic?
Whatever it is. Anyway, both of us, I focused on my failure. And I was going to the medical school to rewrite my thesis. Used to go out after Fajr, come back maybe before midnight. Just see the summary of the news of the whole day. He was bogged in, recording 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 videos. And he stopped writing his thesis. He never got his degree. I got my degree. So when you start, even if you don't know the knowledge, focus. Focus and focus. And don't be withdrawn because you fail. Keep trying. Keep trying and keep trying. Once upon a time, because Sister Dr. Nahla talked nicely about myself, isn't it? But she did not know that in 1995, I was overspending the money of Islamic Leaf and woke up one morning and found no money. This was 1995. I should have been sacked, isn't it right? If you were there as my director, you could have sacked me. Yes, isn't it? I should have been sacked. But instead of sacking me, which is true story, I'm saying it to let all of us know that there is nobody above failing or doing mistakes. It's a nature, part of our nature. So we created a good accounting department, a good finance department, and we stopped the president from touching the money. Even I told Harun, if you remember Harun Atallah, actually Abdurrahman might know him, he was the finance man. Please make a strategic reserve without telling me, because I am always hungry for spending money. But I exposed the organization to failure. But we learn from our mistakes. Don't be ashamed of once failing, but learning from the mistakes. Keep learning and keep learning and keep learning. So what I want to ask you now, what can you do individually and collectively? Anyone can start? Before you start, don't let the gloomy atmosphere to bring you down. The most important thing, companion of you, will be what? Will be the Quran, not the telephone. Not the TikTok or the WhatsApp or the Instagram. Quran. And I advise myself, even if I don't understand Quran, I keep playing it to bring the angels of Quran. You know, sister, at the back,
Yeah.
both of you or three of you, when you listen to Quran, you know who is with you in the room? Who's with you? Huh?
The angel.
Who else?
The malaika, angel.
Who else?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Who else?
Allah's
Al-
words, yeah.
Allah is there,
Yes.
sitting with you, seeing. How is your name?
Halima.
Oh, Halima, the mother of the Prophet ﷺ. Bismillah, mashallah. Halima is listening to me, to my words. And when you read Quran, the one who sat in front of you very happy is whom? Is the same Allah. Very happy. Even if you could not be able to read Quran properly. The companionship of Quran is the companionship of empowering you and giving you the confidence and letting you to lead, because you are born leader. You are not born follower. And by Quran, which is the manhaj and the miracle, there is no book on earth and no religion on earth have the manhaj and the miracle living up till now apart from the Quran. The miracles of Jesus was curing with the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, giving life to the death with the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The miracle of Moses was the magic, isn't it? But the miracle of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is here, the Quran, and inside the Quran is the manhaj as well, which is the syllabus of life for everybody else. So you have the book that no other book can rise to follow its shadow. No other book whatsoever can rise to follow its shadow, not to follow its shoulder or its height. You got it, Sister Halima?
Yeah, mashallah, Ajib, thank you.
Ajib.
Yeah.
Subhanallah, Ajib. You speak Arabic?
لا، ما شاء الله. لا، شوي لكن فهمت.
من أين أنت؟
أنا صومال.
ما أنا عارف صومال. من أين في الصومال؟
قلقعية.
ها؟
قلقعية.
Galgayo, I've been there.
والله.
Subhanallah.
ما شاء الله.
I'm more Somali than yourself. So the companionship of Quran, even if you don't understand it, protect you. Keep it all the time. That means that you keep the companionship of the angels and the companionship of Allah. SubhanAllah. So He will be very proud of you, even if you don't understand the word. When you drive your car, and instead of getting Bangara music, or Hangara music, or Angara music, put the Quran, or whatever Arabic music. You got it. Got it. Because you find all the angels of the road surrounding you. You got it? So don't come and tell me I'm down, I'm depressed. With the Quran, there's no depression. That's number one. Number two, if you mix with the community, as the Prophet ﷺ said, المسلم الذي يخالط الناس ويصبر على أذان, the Muslim who is mixing with people and be patient on what they do to him or her is far more better than the Muslim who does not mix and does not become patient or what happened to him or her by other people. When you mix with people, they will talk about you, they'll backbite you, they scandalmonger you, say peace be upon you. Okay. Coming back to my question is, yes sisters, what are you good at? Stand up please. Tell them, lecture them. Don't look at me. Come here, but I'm not going to put you on the camera, by the way. But stand here and lecture. I am good at. Go on.
I'm good at working with children.
Raise your voice because of the BBC with us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nusayba and I'm good at working with children. I also have a background in the creative sector and gardening and outdoors.
So you can teach us your skills.
Inshallah.
Tell them, I am available to teach you. So this is a role. Children, gardening, what else?
Creative.
Creativity.
Yeah.
What creativity you can bring to us?
I used to, I sometimes still do, produce events,
Craft.
festivals, community events, things like this.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, sister. What's your name?
Nusayba.
Nusayba bint Ka'b. Are you sure? You are Nusayba? Yalla, Bismillah. So, as a resourceful sister, creativity, gardening, and third one, children. Yes, anybody else? You are full of resources. Don't listen, don't wait to somebody like Hany Elbanna to come and tell you be motivated because you have done it 40 years ago. ليس الفتى من قال كان أبي إن الفتى من قال هذا. The man or the girl or the woman is not the one who keeps saying my father has done it, but is the one who say I am doing it. Stop talking about the history, learn the history. But certainly we were the greatest civilization on earth, but what you have done, the great civilization has not been created by you or by you or by you or by me. They created it. But what are you creating? Thank you, Sister Nusayba bint Ka'b. Is she the one that called the Yahudi? Anyway. Yalla, Bismillah. Anybody else? Come on, motivate us. Yes, sister, at the back. Come on here. Lecture them. Boom, 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 boom. You bomb them.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amira, and as Dr. Hannah said, full of resources, but I think what I can help you with is reading Quran and explaining it to you, because I have a diploma in Tadabbur al-Quran. So
Explain to us what tadabbur means. In Arabic,
Tadabbur is to reflect in Al-Quran and to try to, because Al-Quran, as Dr. Hannah said as well, it's a miracle. So it's not just the meaning that you understand, like the literal meaning of Quran. There are hidden messages and a lot of inspiration in Quran that you can benefit from if you deeply reflect on it and read it and understand what is the message for you. So yeah, I can help with that.
Thank you. Thank you. So what's your name?
Amira.
Amira, Bismillah. She's a princess.
And she's Palestinian.
And I'm a Palestinian as well.
We're all Palestinian.
I'm a Bengali as well. I'm Yemeni. All right, Sister Amira. Anybody else? Each one of you will speak up. When I speak, I don't speak forever. You speak. Yes, stand up. Come on. You don't smile at me and that's coming. Face the audience and lecture them.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters. My name is Elbanna, and yeah, I can cook and I can boss my children around. That's for sure.
What kind of food?
Pakistani food, but recently I've started to like Yemeni food. So I'm learning a lot of Yemeni food.
So you can make your own business.
Inshallah, one day.
Inshallah. And we have got a lot of customers here to buy from here.
First I have to learn to cook properly.
Yeah, but you have to be confident that you can do it. You know why? Because there's two kinds of economy. There's a regular economy or formal economy and the informal economy. The formal economy is created by the state, institutions. The informal economy is you, is the local market, is the family product which is produced. I tell you my example, where are you from? Pakistan?
Pakistan.
Which part?
Punjab, Multan.
Not Kashmir.
No.
You see, when we did this water project on Kashmir in Palantri and Rawalakot, this was in 1997, 1998. Everybody was so happy because the people who were bringing the water from the valley were the young girls, 5-6 times a day to get 20 or 30 liters of water. So she was not going to the school. See the problem and the impact of the project. The second one, the wife, when she has the water, she can cook properly, she can wash her children, and she can produce more food for the local market. And she can plant some vegetation in front of the house. We saw this just by having water reservoir on the top of the mountain. The number of young girls went to school doubled. Actually, because she has the time to go there. And you have to believe that you are one of the people who will support the informal economy. You know why? In certain countries, sisters, the informal economy could be 60%. But it employs everybody in the street. In Somalia, anybody from Somalia? You remember the fire which happened 2 years ago, before Ramadan?
Yes, yes.
$2 billion in one day. $2 billion loss from the informal economy of the Somali community and the Somali diaspora. But the Somali diaspora managed to wire the money back to the people there to rebuild the economy again. Because the state was not strong. We cannot say formal economy. We can say informal economy. Now you are one of the people will be a pioneer in informal economy. Okay? And I need to eat your prata. No
That's
prata?
one thing I can't cook well.
Is it? I just ate it, the Egyptian prata this morning. My wife cooked it for me, your khalti. اللي هو فطير مشلتت.
Maybe until your next talk, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, anybody else? Everybody will speak up. You are not here to listen to somebody like myself. Yes, sister. You spoke before. Yes. Yes, you. Come on. Make Nahla happy. Here's your voice. Speak up
I will try.
and push them.
My name's Nisha, and I work as a dietitian and actually volunteer for Islamic Relief. So I've actually been trying to put this, concept into practice this year. So I said I work as a dietitian, and I knew I wanted to give back and do something a bit more. So this year I collaborated with Islamic Relief to write a book on nutrition and
Oh,
Islam.
tell me what's dietitian mean?
So I work as a hospital, and I help patients with nutrition support. So I work on stroke wards, so patients come in, sometimes they need tube feeding and things like that, so helping to build their nutrition back up, really. But I wanted to do something to give back to a charity as well that I volunteer with. So I decided to write a book on nutrition in Islam, so it's educating people on that topic while giving back to communities. So part of the funds from the book go to Islamic Relief's malnutrition program.
See, the best thing she said is, I want to produce a book. You got it?
Yes.
No, stand here. Look at them, not look at me. Aye. Producing a book is the first step of changing the mindset of the intellect, of leaving something behind for the community, a sadaqa jariyah. We are very good at talking, not at writing. And despite the fact that the first word revealed by Allah on Muhammad ﷺ is Iqra. Iqra is not read and write, not read, because Allah knew and know that Muhammad ﷺ cannot read and write. And he kept telling Jibreel, Ma ana biqari, ma ana biqari, ma ana biqari. Is this right? I cannot read that. He said, Iqra, seek knowledge. Seek knowledge. Don't stop learning. Don't stop listening. Don't stop having experience. Then he told him, اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق, with the name of the Lord who created mankind. What does that to do with اقرأ and mankind, creation? The creation of man in the womb of the mother. Coming back to you as mother. خلق الإنسان من علق, created man from this leash or this cloth. You tell me, sister, what's your name?
Nishat.
Nashad.
Nishat, yeah.
Nashad. How on earth Muhammad ﷺ will talk about this alaq? No microscope, no labs, no science to talk about this small thing in the womb of the mother. 1,000 years later on, we discover the microscope. خلق الإنسان من علق. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بإيه؟ بالقلم. The first creation of Allah is al-arsh. Okay? Then حملت العرش, the angels holding the 8 angels. Then the water, كان عرشه على الماء. Then اللوح المحفوظ, the book, where Allah created the اللوح المحفوظ, that everything should be written in it. Then the pen, to write everything. And Allah told the pen to write everything Sister Halima or Sister Nishat or Sister Amira will be doing after 10,000 years in this book. خلق الإنسان علم بالقلم. علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم. He taught man what he did not know before. وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها. He taught Adam all the names of the subjects and the objects. Science, technology, botany, agriculture, economy, politics. Genetically in you, Sister Nishat, it came from Adam. So when you go deep down into your heart and your soul and your mind, you find it there from Adam alayhi salam. So when she set a book, she made me extremely happy. and made all of you happy, because we don't talk about books, we talk about action. Let us raise some money for Palestine for some food. So what's next? What's next? What's next? Keep writing of what's next and leaving a legacy of literature to be used by people. إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث. Huh? Three things will follow you for me after I die. عمل ولد صالح, a good son of mine, even if he is not my son or my daughter, because I helped them. علم ينتفع به, a knowledge that benefit others, and صدقة جارية, صدقة that actually benefit the poor people. Thank you, sister, of stimulating us, exciting us, and empowering us. Thank you.
Thank you.
For her. Yes. Okay, who's next? You see, we are learning from your people, Dr. Nahla.
They are my tribe.
Huh?
I am very proud of them.
Yes, Bismillah. Next. Yes, Bismillah. 1, Bismillah. 2, Bismillah. 3. Bismillah, mashallah. Strong voice.
Okay.
Yeah, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm Erish. I'd say my strengths are policy and advocacy work, so my day-to-day job.
Policy and advocacy, Bismillah, mashallah.
So I
Tell that, no. Tell us here, what do you mean by policy and advocacy? Because I don't understand.
Okay, so policy and advocacy is basically influencing the government to make better decisions and influence the kind of guidelines they put in place. So mine, it's specific to the environment and making better decisions when it comes to that. I'd say my other strength is research, so I'm starting a PhD inshallah in January on activism of British Muslim women, so inshallah looking excited to that. And then I like to cook as well, I think I'm quite good at that. So, yeah.
So cooking, policy and advocacy, and the third one?
Research.
Research.
Yeah.
The second thing is, after the book, where's the sister? Nashad. Research, because the pen is for writing and researching and compiling and classifying. So both of you complement one another.
We're friends.
Huh? Our friends.
Volunteer Islamic Relief together. Yeah.
Everything come to Islamic Relief?
Yeah.
Find another organization. But actually, advocacy is written in the Quran 3 times. For you. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي ولا ويحض. Advocacy is there before your policy came out in 20th or 19th century or 20th century, 21st century. ولا يحض. Have you seen? Prophet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, have you seen the one who denied the day of judgment? He said, who is this Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He said, the one who treated the orphans badly. Okay, fine, we know that. And the one who does not advocate for feeding the miskin. And you are implementing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said 1446 years ago in the Quran. Be proud of your specialism because you are applying what Allah said. And be proud of the source. Let me say something about Astaghfirullah, about somebody who is sitting here on the chair. You know him? When I failed in my Doctor of Medicine, you know I failed.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, thank you. You are very proud of my failure. When I failed miserably, because I got 2 examiners. One of them was a surgeon in the nerves, neurosurgeon. The other one was pathologist. Okay? And because I was going for fundraising from the Gulf, I never corrected my language and my references. So I failed miserably. The surgeon said, I am a bad apple. Never to pass. He could not even understand the amount of statistical data there, because too many, alhamdulillah. But the pathologist said, what's your name?
Mevesh. Mevesh.
Mevesh
Yeah.
is the most pioneering individual because she did something in her thesis. I have the same name. We never been done before. Okay? So they gave me 1 year to rewrite the thesis because the head of the department called me to his office, said, Hany, said what? I want your thesis to be in my library. I want your book to be in my library. Said, yes, sir. Said, can you do it? I said, yes. Said, I give you a year to rewrite it again. And I give you a professor to correct your language because of the value of the knowledge. When this professor came and read the first page, you know, when you do your thesis, you write gratitude to your uncle, to your mother, to your professor. Is that right?
Yeah.
You know? He found 3 pages. Gratitude to whom?
Mother?
Allah. I've not written
To Allah. So 3 pages. They said, Hany. I said, what? I said, this is too much. 3 pages. 3 pages? You will write gratitude in 1 line, 2 lines, 1 paragraph. 3 pages? My beard at the time was Bismillah, mashallah. Now I'm A'udhu Billah. And I said to him in a very stubborn way, sometimes I'm stubborn, isn't it? And you can ask your sometimes, all the time. I had an argument with my son this morning. He said, you are stubborn. I said, okay, fine, thank you, compliment. I said to him, isn't it a scientific knowledge or not? In a very firm way. Said, yes. I told them, do you want me to remove it? Said, no. You know why? Because this was the creation of man. 3 pages from the Quran about the creation of man, like the sister for teaching the Quran. From الماء المهين يخرج بين الصلب والترائب النطفة العلقة المضغة المخلقة والغير إلى آخره. Never be mentioned. Said, no, keep it. I was that bit boom. I found that the one who discovered, my theory was on spina bifida and anencephaly. Anybody medic here? Oh, you are. Okay. And the one who discovered it in the 10th century, six centuries before Europe, was somebody called Bukasas. Bukasas. Who's Bukasas? I read a review, and his name was Abu al-Qasim al-Zahrawi. From Andalusia, from a small town called Zahra, near Cordoba. I put his name in the introduction. With 1 page, 4 pages now, with 1 full page about his history as an Arab from Andalusia, and so on. After that, I succeeded. You know what I wrote? At the bottom, Quran, from this year and this year, Allah. Go and find it. Be arrogant. الاستعلاء الإيماني على الآخرين. This kind of feeling proud, and your pride come from Allah, actually, because you are proud of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His knowledge. Thank you, sister. For her. If you want to clap for her. Yes, sister. Anybody else? I'm ready to go till tomorrow. Camel life. You come here, you keep smiling and laughing. Yeah, of course you. She keep laughing. Khalas, go on. Give us something.
Yeah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Actually, I want to talk about my failure. I'm a medical doctor too, and alhamdulillah, I did get a wonderful chance to go and work in a camp, in the refugee camps. Alhamdulillah, but I failed in something. And I want to talk about my sister Shakira. I'm recording this because I want to send it to her. She came with me because I had a 3-year-old baby boy, not a baby, but a 3-year-old, who needed to be looked after, and I needed to go and do this job. And she said, I'll come with you. We play netball together, and I'll come with you. I just met her on the roadside. She says, where are you going? I'm going here. I have to do a job. And she's volunteered, number 1, to look after my child so I could do my job in the clinic, in the refugee camp. Then I had a failure with the patients. She had high blood pressure, we're giving one tablet, another tablet, another tablet. They had depression, we're giving one tablet, another tablet, another tablet. And then the Greek government where I was working said you can't have too many tablets for the refugees because they will do things with it, they will sell it, they will overdose, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, my sister Shakira was waiting for me one evening when I was trying to do my job. And she sat outside. She doesn't speak Arabic. We're working with Syrian women. And she's a knitter, she knits. And so she sat there, she was just waiting for me with my son. And the women came one by one and sat with her. And she said to the woman who was really so depressed, like we didn't know what to do with her. Every few days she was collapsing, she was crying. And she gave her knitting. She said, do you want to have a go? And that was the beginning. We started a knitting club, a sewing club. We made a room. I drove my car with 3 sewing machines in it. They were so happy. They were so happy. And you know what? I said, never mind this doctoring business. We got to just be women and be friends and, you know, be happy with each other's children. They were happy that I brought my child there with me. And obviously it wasn't a war zone at the time, so it was easier. But it was tough. It was a refugee camp. And the other thing that we did, we had, which was really popular, we had a halakha with the women. So we made an area, they had like a prayer area, a masjid, but of course women's section is a bit, you know, no, we just pray in our individual tents. So no, we're going to have a women's section, we're going to have a community. And we did this, we had a gathering with the women. So just to give you that inspiration, actually, what they want is ordinary things. Sorry, I said too much.
What can you teach them?
What can I teach you? To be yourselves and to make a niyyah, to go and be with people, with different people. We travel, you know, sisters, we live in the UK, we travel, we know how to travel. Go and find the people who can't travel. Travel to them and meet them, find them. That's the challenge for us as women. Because the men go, mashallah, but when they see a woman, and they see a woman in a hijab, I can't tell you the love that we feel.
And here, sister, what's your name, doctor? Siana. And here, we need to go and sit down with the ulama about mahram and no mahram. Because the role the Muslim woman can do to a refugee camp or displacement camp or to vulnerable woman is so huge. The psychosocial support, which we talk about it, first done by whom? Sayyida Khadija, radiallahu anha. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, Dasrini, Zambilini, I was shocked. She hugged him, she covered him, she removed this kind of fear from him. And she told him, Inna Allah lan yukhzika abadan. Allah will never ever let you down. Psycho-social support by woman. I am against, as Hany Elbanna, that the psycho-social support should be done by men. I'm very clear about this. You can ask me about it if you want. I'm very clear about the orphan officer should be a woman. The widow officer should be a woman because they are very vulnerable. And I will never let a woman or a child to be exposed to men. We saw this at the time of Bosnia. When we were young beautiful girls have no good religion, just came out from communism and socialism, and we discovered what happened later on. So humanitarian workers are not angels. That's why I protect this vulnerable group by you. Go to the ulama and tell them to produce fatwas about how can we sort out the mahram. Don't make the mahram as a blockage, a blockade, because 60 to 70% of refugees and displaced people and vulnerable people are young children and women. And when I went to Gaziantep in Turkey, they asked me to go and talk to the woman. They are young. I mean, not young, astaghfirullah, what I'm saying. They trusted me because I have a gray hair or no hair. But you sit down there. Look at the feeling of the man when he's sitting with many women. Some of them with hijab, some of them with niqab. It is not right. I'm just telling it from experience. Even if you are in a group, the devil is so clever, extremely smart, to let the eyes of man go somewhere. Very serious. I'm just saying it because I went through that. So your call, sister, is the fatwa of mahram and the empowerment of young women to go and be with them. You got it?
You can go with your men, go with your brothers, your fathers.
Yeah, well, even if you if somebody does not have brother and father, I'm just talking about the general thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sister, come on. Everybody's excited now. I'm saying staying till tomorrow. Huh? Come on, show them your muscles or your muscles in Egyptian language.
My name is Sarah, I'm 12 years old. Alhamdulillah, I got set one for everything in my SATs results. I donated £180 to Gaza. So I just want to tell you guys to always be grateful for what you have, because when a long time ago I used to be little and I used to always be ungrateful for things. I used to always shout, I wasn't always that nice. And then now I realize that sometimes things happen and you don't know it, and sometimes when you try to do something, like as if imagine if you try and weigh yourself and you end up, oh my gosh, you have a really good weight, but then you be ungrateful, you say, oh my gosh, this is too much, I have so much weight on me, and then you go again. Sometimes the weight trick you, just like my father, he tried it on and it tricked him. He had 66.1 and then it tricked him. He said he put, oh my gosh, I'm too fat. He went on again, he got 72.1. So I'm just trying to teach you guys, you should always be grateful for what you have, because you know Gaza, they don't have any food, they don't have any drinks, they always have to look through garbage. Sometimes they even have to eat rocks and bacteria and other stuff. And sometimes people just throw away food, which is really, really bad for other people. And also another thing is you should never give up and always try, because for me, since I got set one for everything, I didn't actually, before I did my SATs test, I didn't actually study. I didn't do anything to study and do something good. Yeah, but then now, every time I'm trying to get better and better at things. I'm also really trying to understand Arabic as much, even though I am Yemeniya and I do understand Arabic. I also want to understand different types of Arabic, such as Lebanese Arabic and Sudani Arabic and other types of Arabic. So you should always try something or always be grateful, and you should never give up on your dreams.
Thank you. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sayyida Sarah. The most beautiful woman on earth was Sarah, the wife of Ibrahim. And when she came to eat with Ibrahim, he told her to say that you are my sister, not my wife. And the Egyptian king was trying to touch her. Tell them the story.
An Egyptian king was trying to touch Sarah since Ibrahim and Sarah went to Egypt. And when he was about to touch her, Allah froze him, and he didn't believe that Allah was God, true God. So when Allah froze him, he said, please Sarah, make dua for me so Allah can unfreeze me and I will not do anything to you ever again. She made dua, Allah unfroze him, but then he froze him again because he tried to reach her again, and it happened for a lot. It came like a pattern until you just stopped.
Alhamdulillah. And Yemen is the land of wisdom, or Yemeni, fiqh, and fiqh هو ده fiqh والحكمة حكمة fiqh and what else about you Yemen?
I didn't learn
Okay.
that much past for Yemen.
So I'm very empowered by Sarah. At the age of 12, she knows what she wants to do. She does not need somebody like me to come and tell her what to do. One day, because you are saying, when you read something, rise. You remind me of Sayyidina Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, radiallahu anhu, the sixth caliph. Because the fifth caliph was Al-Hasan ibn Ali radiallahu anhu after Ali radiallahu anhu. And they said, Li nafsun tawaqa. I have this kind of ambitious soul. Once upon a time, I wanted to marry my cousin, which is from his uncle. He married her. Okay. Then he wanted to become the Amir of Mecca and Medina, or Amir of Medina. So he became Amir of Mecca and Medina. Then he wanted to become Khalifat al-Mu'mineen, and he became Khalifat al-Mu'mineen. This is an nafs at-tawaqa which keep rising. There is no ceiling, Sister Sarah, no ceiling. Al-Hikmah Yamaniya, wal-Iman Yamani, wal-Fiqh Yamani. Al-Hikmah is Yamani, wisdom. Iman is Yamani, and Fiqh is Yamani. And this was the Prophet ﷺ said about your people, not the Qat people. Not those people. Okay? And when he reached the Khilafah, he said, Khalas, enough. What I want now is heaven, Jannah. You, inshallah, like Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. He was the most handsome man in Medina. And the most handsome in the way he looked and the way he dressed. Even when he used to put his dress in the laundry, you know laundry? People used to bribe the laundry man to let their clothes to be washed with the clothes of Umar ibn Aziz because of the perfume in his clothes. When he became Khalifa, he started to choose the cheapest material. He used to wear for Khilafat the most expensive material. And he ruled the Ummah for less than 3 years. And he brought it out from corruption to justice. That's why he was poisoned and killed by his relatives. So Sarah, with the rising soul, with the ambitious soul, your example after the Prophet ﷺ is the young man called Umar ibn Abdul Aziz radiallahu anhu. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, brothers. No brothers. Come on, sister. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, mashallah. I'm learning a lot. Thank you, sister Nahla. Are you tired?
No.
Alhamdulillah.
Enjoying it.
Come on. Bismillah, mashallah. How old are you?
I'm 30.
13. Bismillah, mashallah. I am 37. Go on. Raise your voice, please.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Maymuna and
Maymuna bint al-Harith, was she was of the Prophet ﷺ wife, or?
I'm pretty sure she had the very first copy of the Quran in her custody.
Bismillah, mashallah. Bismillah, mashallah. Come on, Maymuna, this way. Raise your voice. Speak up, please.
I'm very good with logical things, mostly things to do with maths. Another thing is that I'm trying to learn a lot more of the Seerah and the Hadiths, particularly with Sahih Bukhari at the moment. Another thing is I'm also trying to help my friends widen their knowledge. For example, I have a friend now. She goes to a halaqah. However, she finds the halaqah a bit corrupt as it mixes in the teacher's diversity within Islam, and this is not logically correct. Another thing is that I'm also trying to learn as much as I can from the Quran, as much as I possibly can in a short time. So.
Thank you. Maimuna, what I want to advise myself and you is to learn Arabic. I beg you, and I beg you, and I beg you. You know why? Because Arabic is the language of Quran.
وأنا قني داريا له.
ها؟
قني داريا له. عارفة له.
تعرفها؟ أنت يمنية ولا إيه؟
يمنية.
بسم الله ما شاء الله. اليمنيين النهارده بسم الله ما شاء الله. أخوات بسم الله ما شاء الله. ميمونة بنت حارس وسارة تعالي هنا. وأنا أختك، أنا أخوك أنا. أنا مش أختك، أنا أخوك. ولا أبوكي ولا جدك. المهم العربي language of Quran, language of Hadith, language of Seerah, language of history, language of science, language of technology, language of discovery, language of the wealth which has been embedded in the Quran, and the sister was talking about اللي هو التدبر. Okay? After the Quran, if please, the mothers of the greatest scholar of Islam came from Asia. Most of them spoke no Arabic. And most of the great scholars of Islam who were the muhaddith were not Arab. Abu Hanifa was originally Persian, Ibn Majah, Nasa'i, Tirmidhi, and all those, but they learned Arabic. You know, Sayyidina Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, his mother, because he was an orphan, used to take him before Fajr and to force him to go to pray Fajr and wait for him, because she wanted him to become Ahmad ibn Hanbal, coming back to the role of mother. The mother of Ahmad ibn Hanbal, the mother of Muhammad al-Fatih, she used to bring him to the walls of Constantinople at the time, said, one day, young man, you will conquer these walls. And he became the mother. But for you, please, master the Arabic language because you are Yemeni, and teach it. Because most of the great scholars in history of Islam were not Arabs, but they spoke. But even the one who invented the grammar of the Arabic language was Sibawayh. You got it? Hikmah, fiqh, and iman is Yemen.
I'm pretty sure a corner of the Kaaba was named after Yemen.
Hijr al-Yamani. Of course. I am Yemeni. You know from where? You know Wadi Bana? The valley of Bana? قرية البنا? They have قرية called قرية البنا.
قرية بنا or Wadi Bana?
Wadi Bana and قرية البنا. I am from قرية البنا.
إحنا في تعز.
لا بعيد تعز صراحة. شميرية؟ شمير أنا مش شميري، أنا من وادي بنا. هلا بسم الله ما شاء الله. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, if nobody else, I will ask one of you to come and say what can we do. I've got how many minutes left?
10 past 6 now.
Yeah, 10-15 minutes? Or you want?
10-15 minutes. بكتير قوي
يلا أنا عايز حد يقول لي action plan. I want somebody to tell me and ask Sister Nahla to create an action plan for you. After all this beautiful discussion and the wealth of experience amongst you, what is the action plan?
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
طيب الحمد لله والصلاة على رسول الله. Action plan, Dr. Nahla. What you want them to do after we learn all this knowledge and the experience from them. Because you don't have to wait for somebody like me to come back again. You have the resources, you have the confidence, you have the experience, you have the diversity, you have the knowledge. Anyone can give us suggestions in this 5-7 minutes?
To implement a positive approach.
Come on.
Sorry?
Come on here. And Sister Sister Maimuna as well. Come on. Tell us what to do. At least Sister Nahla will help you.
Okay. Like to implement a positive approach. So all the lessons that were taught from the halaqah, from the tafsir classes and Riyadh Salihin, to implement a positive approach. Like take little steps, like having a goal, having a short-term goal, medium goal, long-term goal, and just implement it.
Thank you. Thank you. Maimuna?
You mentioned resources, so I think that we should probably go and discover what might not have been spoken about, probably to go in a bit more further depth. Another thing is to question the scholars and to look further inside our deen, as I'm pretty sure the Prophet encouraged it.
And a woman stopped Umar in the mosque. She said, how dare you say that don't get big dowry? Allah said, take as much. Was it? Tell them.
I'm pretty sure Umar was saying something in the masjid, and she came up to him and said, no, how dare you? This wasn't how he said it. He said it like, and she spoke to him on how the Prophet ﷺ said it exactly.
Thank you. And Allah written in the Quran. Thank you, sister. So, anybody else? Suggestion? Because we need Sister Nahla to make a plan. The talk has to become an action plan.
I think reflecting on what you've said, Dr. Hany.
You want to summarize everything?
No, I'm just what I've learned is that you mentioned being proud of our religion and being proud that we are servants to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I think that has to reflect on us as people. And so we need to change. What happens to the Ummah right now? We need to change as Muslims to see where we can improve so that we are able to raise the Ummah. Not just, so it needs to start from the inside. We need to change as people. We need to hold very tightly onto our religion and obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in what He has told us, because in the Quran He says that our mention is in this Quran.
That's right.
Our highness and our honor is in this Quran, and we need to hold fast onto it. And then, like you've mentioned, being mothers, saying where we can impact in our small circles, how I can impact my small family, how I can raise them, how I can bring them up to be effective people in this community and in this ummah. And hoping with these two changes, then we can impact the bigger society. And inshallah, if we collectively do this as Muslims, we'll be able not just to have an impact here locally or nationally, but also internationally on our brothers and sisters as well.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sister. Yes. Come on.
Sister wanted to talk.
Are you sure? Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I think for me, what I take from this and from my own experience through life, pre-kids and post-kids, is we all have to think about our end goal and what that end goal is. Have a vision board. What's our end goal? All of our end goal collectively is the same. We want to get to Jannah and we want to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's noble face. So we are working backwards now from that end goal, and we have to think about what points or what actions we need to take in order to achieve that. And for women, I went through the system. I went to school, secondary school, college and university. I qualified as a pharmacist, and then I had children. And within myself, my fitra pulled me away from my profession. And it said, I felt as though I need to raise these kids. They're my responsibility. And first and foremost, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the woman the role of a mother. it doesn't mean to say we don't have to do anything, we can't do anything else, but that's our main goal. And so raising the children became my priority. But in order for me to raise my children, I had to raise myself. I am their role model. So what I am, they are. So for me, success lies in, first and foremost, improving my salah, and then everything else, inshallah, will fall in place. And just one other really important message I want to send is question everything you're told. So like even, you know, as simple as where your children go to school or where you go to school or what you're being taught is really education. The way we've been drilled into believe and imagine is education. Is that really education? So just questioning everything you thought.
Thank you. Sister here. You?
Yeah, I've like many sisters, looking to marry, inshallah.
Ameen, ya Rabbi.
Ameen. And I've been thinking about, sisters have spoken about books, and I'm thinking about, can we have some of the sisters who are married, different ages, different cultural backgrounds, mothers, not mothers, sharing, and maybe also the brothers as well, the most important things that they've learned about marriage, what there is in the Quran as well that they hold on to, that supports them in the growth of their marriage. So inshallah that can be a book.
Thank you.
That we share with each other. For
Thank you.
The sisters and brothers who are not married, or those who are married and looking for support.
I'm a little bit conscious about the time, but let us be practical, and each one of us who spoke today and who did not speak can write what they can do and make a group and send all these suggestions. You have a group?
We already have a group.
To Sister Nala, and start from there. If we don't write our resources, we cannot function anymore. Because what we learned today from, what I have learned today from you is a wealth of experience. If we utilize it, we'll be able to make that change. So please, Dr. Nahla, as the leader of the group, ask each and every one of us here in the room to write the best of their experience and put it as a reference. Then ask them what is, maybe you have another meeting, not me, it does not have to be with me, but what's the first step for all of us? And decide on starting a simple step forward, simple initiative, simple action. And from there, the snowball will become big snowball. Okay? This is my suggestion. Actually, please, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, each one of us should write down what she is good at and how can we motivate others. This is number one. Number two, make the group, you have it now, and say what we need to do collectively. What we need to do collectively. One simple direction, one simple initiative, one simple action, and from there we can grow. Jazakumullah khair. So may Allah bless you, inshallah. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very honored and happy, and I want to carry on, but I was just going to have to pray Isha, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.